All right.
I got that shirt.
We are live with a three-man crew. Play-by-play announcing. I'm AJ Swiatek here with Bobby Hessling. And our replay analysis, Ryan Pickell. We're all here ready for this championship game of the Jack Tosh tournament. Really, everyone's here to watch Nate Shockey duel it out with Darius Burford. Bobby, what are you looking forward to watching?
Defense. It's going to be straight up defense. I know Darius Burford is a tremendous offensive scorer. That's going to change here tonight. I'm expecting a lot of offense, and we are going to have the playing of our national anthem.
And following that absolutely amazing presentation of the national anthem, we are ready to see the starting lineups of this championship game of the Jack Tosh tournament. Of course, we have Ryan here, our replay analysis. Are you ready for this one, Ryan?
I'm ready. This is the first time we've actually ever had a replay analyzer. Sorry, I'm not too good with the English today.
And there he is, the senior for Bolingbrook, Darius Burford. It's been rumored that if he has a good game today, he may even get a better offer. He's already committed to play Division I basketball with Elon. There's Kai Evans. People are also here to watch him. He's a junior. Surely will be filling in for Burford on his role in this explosive offense when he is gone next year. But right now, this York student section is on their feet, ready for this York starting five.
It is a loud gym. You can feel the energy.
They have different jerseys today, too.
They're wearing green because Bolingbrook is considered a home in this game. The York fans are making it clear that this is our home court. It's the York Dukes' home court. They're here to win. Now there's Jeffrey Grace.
He was considered a road game for York, even though the home court, it is going to be a home court energy.
And Jeffrey Grace, a massive reason why York was able to come away with that win yesterday. Jeffrey Grace really impressed me, not only on offense but defense. And as we get ready for this jump ball, I think everyone's excited for this
Students
championship
behind us
game.
sure are.
And And after a sloppy jump ball, we're off. Bolingbrook has the basketball. And here comes Kai Evans and this Bolingbrook squad getting it to Darius Burford early. The York defense is great at shutting down superstars. That 1-2-2 has been extremely effective in this tournament. And it looks like Burford's ready to go to work with it. Kai Evans with it.
This crowd is ready too.
York defense looking stout early. Open man for three though, off the mark. Miles Cooper misses it. Great rebound.
Levin with the rebound.
And here comes Jeffrey Grace and the York Dukes.
Some news, Coach Jordan, he is coaching today. His wife.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Shockey misses the rebound, rather the layup. But yes, as you were saying about the York coach, his wife gave birth to their daughter. Wow, that pass is off the mark. And Burford's letting him hear it, but the York coach gave birth.
He did not, his
wife
did.
Gave birth to their lovely daughter yesterday. That's why he was not here. Shows his dedication that he's here today. And now here comes Jeffrey Grace with it. Now Shockey's going in for the layup. Followed on the way up. Shockey will go to the line to shoot 2. Thought he should have had that one.
This gym is packed to capacity tonight. We have people all the way at the top row. You can see it on your screen.
Very impressed by the turnout, as it should be, because the home team, the York Dukes, are in the championship, looking to win back-to-back Jack Tosh tournaments. Shockey makes the first one.
We have our first lead, 1-0.
We do. X factor for York, they have to be playing clean basketball, especially on defense. It's easy to want to foul a guy like Darius Burford when he goes up to the rim. But they have to just play tight defense. It's clear Burford, it's hard to guard. He goes all the way in. Burford off the mark, but great offensive board.
Oh, nice block.
Clean block there from Shockey. Now Kai Evans has it. That's 2 offensive boards already for Bolingbrook on this possession.
Now, Bolingbrook's a team, they can be down by 10, 15. They're not out of it. They can be down by 20. They could still make a tremendous comeback.
With a guy like Kai Evans and the kind of defense they run, it is so easy to get fast break points.
I don't care if York is up 20. They have not won this game yet till that final buzzer at 0. And we have traveling.
It almost feels like everyone on this Bolingbrook team can dunk.
Yes. It seems that way. We saw Burford do it. We saw someone last night do it.
Kai Evans, Isaiah Stafford.
It's an unreal atmosphere.
You'll even see Tyler McLaughlin go up and grab the rim. Now York looking to push it past a 1-possession lead. Jeffrey Grace being guarded closely by Miles Cooper. Now it's Shockey with it. Shockey, cross court to Grace. Hesh, great pump fake. Nick Hesh, great layup. Everyone's feeling it. York up 4-0 early.
I sure am. This is an incredible atmosphere.
Now it's Burford with it. It's clear this offense runs through Burford. Wow! Darius Burford showing why he is so great right there.
And their bench, they were showing it too.
And now it's Glavin with it outside.
More and more York students are just flooding the stands.
And now it's Jeffrey Grace going inside. Grace spinning layup off the mark. And that rebound, and it is off of Tim Glavin. Bolingbrook basketball, they have a chance to tie here. Wow.
You're going to look to see if that, Ryan's going to look to see if that ball went off Tim Glavin. He'll give us an update in about a few seconds.
But while we're waiting, Miles Cooper with it up top for Bolingbrook, looking to tie up this ball game. Kai Evans, only a junior, such a big effect on this game. And now it's Isaiah Stafford off the screen. This Bolingbrook team being very patient. Stafford open for 3. He got it! Bolingbrook takes the lead. Wow, Isaiah Stafford, just like that, Bolingbrook takes the lead. 5-0 run for Bolingbrook.
After I reviewed that, and it indeed did go off Tim.
Thank you, Ryan. Nearly a steal there. Wow, Burford thought it would be Bolingbrook basketball. It maintains the York Dukes basketball. Once again, Ryan will be back.
He is a replay and rules analyst for this game.
They're looking at Jeffrey Grace off the inbound. No surprise there. Jeffrey Grace, huge game last night.
Blocking foul.
That foul comes on number 2, Miles Cooper. As a player, they really can't afford to get into foul trouble. Great point guard for this Bolingbrook basketball team. And now it's Jeffrey Grace with it. Miles Cooper guarding him tightly. Blando looking to go to work. Blando. Oh, off the mark.
It's a Brando, not Blando. And here we go, back down the floor.
Kai Evans.
It did go off Green.
It did go out by Jeffrey. Not sure what number that was, but he fanned and missed the ball, so yes, it did go out by Green.
And how about that? The Duke is in the building. What a few questions about him have been going on throughout this entire season.
I think that the good Duke has been found.
Everybody knows the story behind that, though.
Very impressive that York and Bolingbrook are able to play their stars for so long. Both teams have deep benches, but don't often have to use all that depth. And now they throw it in. Great play by Jeffrey Grace. Called a foul. York student section hates it. Likely was a foul, though. Both teams now have 2 fouls on the game. Little over halfway to go in this first quarter. Bolingbrook has a 1-point lead with the ball.
Every coach, Bolingbrook and York, is going to be so fed up by the end of this game. Is very loose defense up top for Shockey.
Now Kai Evans looking to go to work. Finds Burford. Burford for 3. That is not Burford's game. Burford is a slasher. But here comes Nate Shockey. Shockey slowing down the pace. Smart move, patient basketball. Can't afford another turnover here. Shockey going all the way. Good move, but can't finish. Glavin wants a jump ball. It's a foul on Tim Glavin. York already up to 3 fouls. It's been haunting York all season, their foul trouble, especially with their bigs. Glavin goes to the bench, and in comes Denton Rohde.
On the scoreboard, apparently, York is considered the home team, even though they are wearing their road uniforms. They're on the home side on the bench, so I don't know. A few interesting things are going on right now in this gym.
That's not what is to be focused on, as Kai Evans is going to work. Finds Burford. Very clear the offense works through those 2. Burford with it again. Fakes the 3. Kai Evans open. Deep 3.
Nope.
Misses again.
Nice
And
board.
Denton Rohde with a great board. Hesh was open down court. Shockey elects to slow it down. Doesn't want to turn over. A little over 3 minutes to go in this first quarter of the championship game. Nick Hesh driving. Hesh looking for an open player. And there's Jeffrey Grace. Jeffrey Grace having a huge tournament. Misses the layup. Fans wanted a foul. There is none on the floor.
There's the slasher. Oh, multiple people fell down.
Oh, that leaves a wide open Miles Cooper. No good. A great rebound there. And now Burford has it. Burford misses the layup. Burford gets another offensive rebound. Great clean block by Nick Hesh. Darius Burford. Wow! Darius Burford is unreal. Even after Hesh gets a very clean block on him, he gets his offensive rebound once again. Burford is unreal.
We're going to have Malaga check in here. Just a second. Jacob Brandolino for 3. Way too long.
Brandolino no good. And that leaves a Kai Evans grown man slam. Bolingbrook's jumping up and down. They're on a 9-0 run. Bolingbrook showing why they're so great right now.
What a game we have. The atmosphere, both sides. It is tremendous. They are jumping up and down. They are here to upset York. Now, we had the same scenario last year. York was hosting Downers Grove South, or was playing Downers Grove South. And it was so back and forth, it looked like Downers Grove South might have been pulled away. But York never stopped fighting, and I'm sure that's what Coach Dorn is saying this timeout right now. They've been doing things well. They got to grab rebounds. You cannot let Darius Burford grab, I think it was like 3-4 rebounds, and then he gets a putback after a beautiful block, and that was a beautiful dunk.
And that Kai Evans dunk, just wow. I mean, I know you said York was favored in this one. It certainly feels like it with this audience. But when you really look at the rosters, I think York, either team could come out on top of it.
On paper, Bolingbrook does look like the better team.
But York does have this home court advantage, of course, hosting the tournament. And now here comes Hesh. Looking for Jeffrey Gray, sloppy passing, and that leads Kai Evans down court. Oh! That pass by Keontae Thomas goes out of bounds. He did have an open Darius Burford.
Burford thought that went off Nick Hesh. We'll take a look at that in just a second. We have 2 replays.
Jeffrey Grace. Jeffrey Grace.
And it was
Denton Rohde. Shockey wants it. They certainly have to get him more involved if they want to win this one. Shockey driving, nearly stolen. Shockey going into the defense. Great finish by Nate Shockey.
Everyone in this building that wanted it and won. They are still chanting that. This is an unbelievable atmosphere.
That was through 2 Bolingbrook defenders. And
We got
travel just like that.
one.
York has a chance to tie up this ball game. Wow, how the momentum swings.
This is an unreal momentum shifter.
And now it's Jeffrey Grace with it. Jeffrey Grace gives it up. Shockey. Deep three, Nate Shockey. Wow!
Down!
Nate Shockey ties up the ball game.
Long range, here we go.
Shockey's cooking. And just like that, we have a tie ball game. And the momentum's in York's favor.
Luke, you got to get back on defense. That one way too strong. Put back.
Kai Evans. Wow, Kai Evans having a great game for himself, too. This game is very back and forth early. Nate Shockey with it. Gives it to Denton Rohde outside. York taking their time, being patient. Denton Rohde. Great patience displayed here.
He's got Jeffrey.
It looks like they're going to try to get the ball to Nick Hesh up top now. What a great steal. And there's a foul called. Denton Rohde bangs the floor, and the crowd wants Jacob Brandolino in the game.
That was a push, I believe it was on...
It was called on Denton Rohde.
I thought it was Luke Malaga for a second, but no, Denton Rohde was the one who was called on.
Once again, York cannot get into foul trouble with their bigs. It's problems they've had this season. Now it's Denton Rohde and Tim Glavin both with the foul in this first quarter. Hesh has been playing much more mature basketball as this tournament's gone on. Much less fouls. And here comes Darius Burford. Wow. It looks like he hit Denton Rohde in the eye.
It looked like that, and I thought Denton Rohde might have fallen over trying to draw a charge.
But I would like the refs just letting the players play. Good no call there. 4 seconds. York going in. Hesh for three. Nick Hesh at the buzzer.
Oh.
No good. Going into the second quarter. Bolingbrook up 2 points, 11-9. What are your takeaways in that first quarter, Bobby?
We have a whistle.
What are your takeaways from that first?
All around, it was a tremendous quarter. I mean, there's nothing to look down here for either team.
I think that what you said about defense was very true. The Raiders, of course, on top right now, but Dukes and Raiders have both shown great defense. Not too many fouls in that first quarter.
No, not at all. I mean, you're going to look at 6 total fouls. You might think, okay, that's... But for both these teams, they've tried to do their best to clean things up, try their best, and it's turned out well. I've liked how this has turned out.
Absolutely. It's been a thrilling championship game so far. I'd like to thank Ryan Pickell. He's had some great analysis thus far. It's been fun being in the booth this tournament with you two.
It's been a pleasure.
And I think now is a good time to give our shout out to Breakaway Basketball. Last night in York High School's game against Schaumburg, York had 4 people score points, and 3 of them were Jeffrey Grace, Nick Hesh, and Nate Shockey. They accounted for all but 2 of York High School's points, and those are the 3 players who attend Breakaway Basketball camps and are part of their teams. Great job what Breakaway has done to groom these York players.
Now, if you're a Yorker, you're coming out of this timeout, you're only down 2. But I'm sure Coach Thorne is saying, hey, we're down by 12. If you look at the scoreboard, you cannot be satisfied. The lob, the Nick Hesh.
Great play! Wow, they have broke that out a lot this tournament. Hesh has caught a lot of lobs.
They use that a lot, and it works well. It works well.
Just like that, we have a tie ball game.
Hesh has 4 points, and I'm sure he's a big effort. They said he set that on the line.
York Dukes basketball. And the crowd's reminding Darius Burford of his 4 turnovers earlier.
And Darius Burford, this might be York Sports Network, so there's probably some bias towards this, but Darius Burford is
absolutely
one of the best players in this tournament, hands down.
I think it's hard to say anybody but him has had the best tournament. Nate Shockey, 2 players on him, gets fouled, he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Back to your point on Burford. If you look at this tournament, you look at the stats, you look at who's been making the biggest impact, it's nearly impossible to argue against Darius Burford as the player of the tournament.
And if Bolingbrook were to lose this, I don't know how the MVP is ranked. I think Darius Burford should get that award, him or Nate Shockey.
Absolutely. Shockey has not had his best shooting tournament. He's missed a couple free throws here and there. He's missed a couple threes. But Shockey is the spark plug for this York team.
That's very true. He gives everyone momentum. He changes everything.
That's surely why he's committed to play D1 basketball. As he misses both free throws, and Kai Evans with the defensive board. Now you notice Darius Burford goes to the bench. Probably needs a breather. This Bolingbrook team is completely different without him on the court. You notice the offense is much more three-centric now.
It's almost you take away a leader off this team.
You absolutely do. And now this offense all of a sudden is looking for anything they could do to get an open look. Stafford finds one but can't connect. And now it's Shockey. Oh!
Nice move.
Great move by Nate Shockey.
Oh, Brando, you should have shot that. Coach Dorn was heated about that.
And now he goes inside with it, doesn't get it. Wow, but that move by Nate Shockey.
That would have been a beautiful pass. They had a guy open in the corner.
No
Falls,
good.
deflects off of his head.
And now Jeffrey Grace is going one-on-one with Kai Evans. That's where Jeffrey is so great. Jeffrey Grace makes his body, his strong body.
He's got to use his size to an advantage.
And
it's not like he will stand and just wait for you to jump. He'll jump with you.
And just like that, Bolingbrook is looking to sub back in Darius Burford. It looks like
three
they
of
were
their
having
starters
a problem without him in there. Ever since he's went out, the momentum has shifted to York. Kai Evans going inside. You know what? I like the decision by Kai not to shoot that three-pointer. That's not his game. His game is driving.
That's very true. He's a part of that slashing crew that is that he joins in with. And
now, when Bolingbrook was playing Brother Rice, when it was still a close game, before they pulled away, one of their problems was Kai Evans and Darius Burford's ability to make free throws. He makes that one. Kai Evans is not known for his free throw shooting ability. That's a very big shot by him.
And I think Burford's going to stay out, and he's going to sub out with Evans. That's the look of it.
It does look like.
Still plenty of fans are showing up for this one.
York fans getting loud.
Noise is becoming a factor. That's a...
Kai Evans ties up the ball game. Those are huge free throws from Kai. Absolutely what you need to see from him there.
Well, we mentioned a lot how free throws are going to win you this tournament. Same with defense. And the free throw issue has always been a problem. I mean, Shockey's already missed 2. But it's happened with every team. This Lex Harrison has checked in the game for the first time. Trying to get some pick and roll action.
Nate Shockey has taken a lot of screens from Tim Glavin there. Doesn't help him that time, but it certainly has worked this tournament. And now Lex going inside. Lex Harrison. A little short on that layup. And wow! Darius Burford. That's just not fair. His athleticism is off the charts.
Soared to the rim.
To give Bolingbrook the 2-point advantage with 5:24 to go in this quarter.
That was a strong.
Ash misses another three-pointer.
Oh, I don't. Oh,
we will have Ryan Pickell to look at that replay.
He will look at this one. And I just saw Burford. He just soared all the way up. That was a tremendous play and almost
Isaiah Stafford.
And I think
Burford with it again. Burford loves to work from that top left side of the three-point line. Wow, that is not fair. Darius Burford is too good. Men among boys out here. Shockey looking to do something here. Get a little more momentum in York's favor. He's very good at doing so. Nate Shockey off on the layup, but great tip by Tim Glavin.
Tip back to Brando.
And now Hesh wants it from the corner. Burford in his face. Darius Burford, really good at everything he does, but Hesh puts him on skates. Nick Hesh. They wanted him to shoot there. He doesn't do so, but Tim Glavin. Oh, Tim Glavin short on the layup. Great defense there from Tyler McLarlin.
And we have Ryan to describe what happened with Darius Burford and Jeffrey Grace.
I have to review that. I believe it did go out by Jeffrey, even though Darius had possession of the ball at the last second.
That was Lex. That's my bad.
Lex did accidentally touch the ball at the end, and it didn't end up go by him.
And now it's Nate Shockey.
I believe this is York's biggest deficit of the season since.
Who did just make that three. Oh wow, he was feeling that one.
Tim Glavin's picked up his second foul. That's York's 6th. That'll put
one more, and they will go to the line to shoot free throws.
This is their biggest deficit since I believe that's No, since the LT game.
That LT game showed what York is capable of, though. A comeback, brought it to overtime, then in overtime it was just all York Dukes. Bolingbrook has the basketball. If the Dukes want to win this game, they can't let the Raiders score here, or at least they have to show some form of improvement on stopping Darius Burford and Kai Evans. Kai Evans not on the floor.
Burford already has 8.
Great defensive play. Wow.
Luke Malaga gets that steal, and here we go. Back the other way comes the Dukes.
Shockey inside. Nice pass.
He stepped out.
No, it was actually hit out by
Oh.
a Raider, and it maintains York basketball. Malaga to pass it in. What do you think York needs to do to score in this dry spell right now? I guess that's what they need to do. I guess you could just give the ball to Jeffrey Grace and say, do an imitation of Darius Burford.
Yeah, do your best, Darius Burford. And
oh, wow. Miles Cooper left way too open, but somehow he misses from inside the free throw line there. Oh, wow. Great backdoor pass from Shockey.
He was fouled.
He was fouled.
I believe that's on number 40.
No, that comes on number 2, Miles Cooper.
This happened yesterday, and this happened in the first game. I can never get who the foul was called on, and it's.
Well, let's focus on this Malaga free throw right now. Huge shots. Free throws win championships, and the fact that York has missed all 3 of theirs so far, it's got to do something to him.
Yeah, that's a problem in the chant. In a scream of "We want Milo" was
Milo man. And Malaga makes the second one. Now, if York made those other 3 free throws, it's a 1-point ball game. Rather, right now it's a 2-possession game. And here's Darius Burford. Isaiah Stafford open in the corner. He was left way too open. York, that's the only problem with that 1-2-2 defense. Right when they go to clamp on the star player, it leaves the corner open, and it was shown there by Isaiah Stafford knocking it down. Here comes Shockey, taking his time. Oh, Shockey visibly mad. That ball goes off Denton Rohde's hands, and it's still another Bolingbrook basketball up by 7. Bobby, what does York have to do to lock down the defense before this game gets out of hand?
They have to control Darius Burford, and that's what they've done. I think they put Jeffrey on Darius Burford. He uses his speed.
Wow, missed layup. That's a huge break for York off the great feed from Darius Burford. And now Shockey. Nate Shockey. Wow, everyone's doing a little. Everyone is doing a little impression of Darius Burford today.
And you think there's a few times that they've been hit where they have not called a foul.
Isaiah Stafford wanted the ball in the corner, didn't get it. Instead, it goes to Burford. Burford gets blocked.
That's a jump ball. That will.
Jump ball. Possession arrow stays with Bolingbrook, but still a great heads-up play by Jeffrey Grace.
Yeah, that's a tremendous effort on what he just did.
Now, I've seen this play before from Bolingbrook. They're really trying to get Burford the ball underneath. If not, they always have Stafford. And Stafford, Hesh thought his hands were straight up. Stafford goes to the line to look to extend this lead right back to 8.
Coach Jordan visibly frustrated. That foul is on Nick Hesh.
Nick Hesh now has 2 fouls. Tim Glavin now has 2 fouls. Denton Rohde now has a foul. The York bigs often get in foul trouble, and it's being shown again right now. Stafford completes the 3-point play. York now down 8.
And all your big men have combined for 5 fouls. That's kind of a problem when you look at it, because you need those guys to win your games. You also have Dan Wagner, who might be a viable option.
And now it's Jeffrey Grace going inside. Oh, just misses it, and Denton Rohde collides with Luke Malaga trying to get the free throw, and neither of them get it. And now, great pass to the outside, and a foul called. Isaiah Stafford's on the ground.
I could see that as a good foul by Luke Malaga, almost forcing that ball to get send him to the line to shoot free throws. The only problem is
Isaiah Stafford is a lights-out free throw shooter. If he makes them both, that extends this Bolingbrook lead to 10. First shot, he got it. Isaiah Stafford's the last guy you want to be sending to the line for Bolingbrook. Of course, Ryan's got to get that food fix. Isaiah Stafford makes the free throw. And now it's Jeffrey Grace bringing it up.
Stafford is the leading scorer for Bolingbrook. He has 11.
Jeffrey Grace, wow, Shockey through the contest. He got it! That kills all Bolingbrook hype right there. That's exactly what the Dukes needed.
Well, they'll get it back. I guarantee Bolingbrook will try to get this one back.
Shockey now is 12 of York's 21 points. Really been a huge difference maker in this one.
Should we mention that all 3 players on York who have scored are all breakaway players?
There was one other point from Luke Malaga, but
all except one.
Once again, breakaway, the York Dukes who go to breakaway, once again, are having a great game. Bolingbrook players are being booed. It is the right decision, though, to try to run out this clock for the final shot, already up 7.
Chants are raining down from up top, wanting them to do something with this basketball.
30 seconds now left in this first half.
And they now have a play drawn up. Burford coming to the elbow. Oh, you got to get someone on him.
Great play on defense by York. And now 11 seconds. Nate Shockey with 8. Nate Shockey going all the way in. Hesh in the corner. Will he make it this time? Hesh has missed 3 threes now. And I believe they just called a push-off. That push-off is called on Jeffrey Grace, and that sends them to the line. You got to think if Hesh made that 3, it's a complete game changer for York.
That's hard to tell if that was a push-off. It almost looked like he was holding him on the back and maybe a little push. Maybe a little flopping was there involved.
He made it again. Bolingbrook, one area they've been destroying York in today. They've been lights out from free throws. That's Keontae Thomas, the junior guard for the Raiders. Keontae misses the second one, but great offensive rebound by Stafford. With 1 second, he just puts it up. No. Going into halftime, the York Dukes lead, or rather are down 8 points to these Raiders. What do they have to do differently in the second half?
Defense has to be better, and they got to shut down Burford. And this crowd excitement is going to be, you will be able to feel it, I'm sure, in the second half.
And although this is a massive game, we're looking forward to York versus IC. York versus IC, always a huge game, always been a rivalry, continues to be one, and we go to Ryan.
Yeah, this York versus IC game, we will be selling t-shirts for $10, and money from the t-shirts will go towards Relay for Life. And we want everybody to buy these t-shirts so we can paint the gym purple to help support our York Dukes and our cancer society all together, because we want to all eliminate cancer together. And if you want to buy these t-shirts, come to the York Athletic office Monday, Tuesday, and or Wednesday. These t-shirts will sell out fast.
And when Ryan says paint the gym purple, he doesn't literally mean we're going to paint the floor purple.
No.
He means with the sea of purple that we are going to support cancer with, the people wearing these shirts, we will paint the gym purple. And we'll be back after halftime. I'm AJ Swiatek here with Bobby Hessling and our rules analyzer, Ryan Pickell. It's been a great one. York trails by 8, and we'll be back. Made one. We are back. There's a minute to go in this halftime. The York Dukes currently trail by 8 points. Bobby, what do they need to do differently here in the second half?
Well, I mean, we mentioned this at halftime, and then they got to change the defensive aspect, and I'm sure Coach Dorn is making sure that take the open shots. Jacob Brandolino, he could have had 2 easy shots. He missed both, or he didn't even attempt them. Nick Hesh, on the other hand, I mean, a little bit contested. He missed those both. He's got to make those if they want to win.
And you saw him really focusing on that corner shot during this break. Hesh was the first one out here, and he was shooting that corner shot, just standing there. Teammates were feeding him.
That's his go-to spot, the 3. It's not the top of the key. It's the corners.
I'm sure he was surprised when he missed that one going into halftime from the corner. Would have had the Dukes down only 5, and had the Dukes made those 3 missed free throws, and Hesh makes one of those 3 missed open three-pointers, this game's completely different right now. The student section's back on their feet.
You can see that behind this table. Jacob Brandolino will come and he will inbound.
And of course, the student section loves that Brando's doing the inbound.
Now Bolingbrook, they have tremendous defense.
Very fitting that Nate Shockey starts with the ball in his hand, but Jeffrey Grace, no need to do that reverse there.
Now the Bolingbrook coach just came out of halftime. He was still in the locker room, so he is working his way around. So right now they do not have a head coach out on the floor.
Jeffrey Grace really could have just put that one up with his right hand. Opted for the reverse, it was no good. I do like the aggressive play calling from York off the bat though. Who's that foul on?
That might be Jacob Brandolino.
Once again, you have it wrong. That's Tim Glevin.
That's his third.
Already his third. It's exactly what York did not want coming out of halftime. The Bigs are in foul trouble again. Hesh and Glevin have combined for 5 fouls now. Luckily for the Dukes, is Tyler McLaughlin at the line, and he doesn't strike you as a free throw shooter, does he, Bobby?
No, not really. I mean, a lot of big guys, they can't shoot the free throws.
Except for Julian Campbell, he sure can.
Julian Campbell and Nick Hesh are probably the 2 best free throw shooters, but he'll go 1 for 2 from the line.
Christie could shoot pretty well, but he runs guard.
But he is a guard.
He's a 6'6" guard, very impressive.
When you're 6'8" and you're a...
Oh, and Jeffrey Grace just steps out of bounds.
I don't think we'll get that on replay. The scoreboard blocks that, and there's a few things in the way.
But Dane did mention it yesterday. Grace does have a weird motion while he's dribbling with his feet, which often does make refs call travels and things like that. Oh, wow. Rare miss from Burford down there on the baseline, but it really goes to Grace's disadvantage. Although
Coach Dorn is visibly upset. He does not like the call. And
that's now Jeffrey Grace's 3rd foul. We've seen this from York so much this season. The team is in foul trouble. We might get to see Milo, man.
Milo.
Oh, my God. How does Kai Evans just score through 3 York Dukes like that?
And there was a hand on that ball.
It's just, he's been learning from Burford, obviously. They do it better than anybody else. They've impressed me the most this tournament. Hesh gets Burford reaching. They don't take advantage of it, but now they do. Oh, the fans wanted that one. And you could feel the gloom slowly coming into this gym for York Duke fans as Kai Evans gets another one to go. And a quick timeout from the York head coach. Wow.
Well, there was a foul on Jeffrey Grace. There was a push. Coach Dorn didn't like it. He didn't think there was even a push off. And it's truly been a game of rebounding. That's how you're going to win this. And
you do have to love the dedication, though. Your wife gives birth to your child not even 24 hours ago. He's here to coach the game.
More than 24 hours ago. She had the child Saturday night. Okay, so roughly been probably 48 hours, and he's out here, he's coaching. And this isn't just him. All these coaches are probably in that time out there saying stuff, saying, how are we going to win this? We got to clean it up. Bolingbrook is much more athletic than York when you look at it, but a lot has to be cleaned up, especially grabbing rebounds.
And Bolingbrook is actually one of our most prominent team crowds viewing our stream. Constantly see Bolingbrook fans in the live chat. Shout out to you guys, but go Dukes.
This is York Sports Network.
And now it's Shockey bringing it off court. Great move from Shockey, getting Kai Evans low in his stance early. And like you said, this does remind me of the York versus DGS game last year. Right when it looks like the other team pulls away, York always has a little extra fight in them, especially that this is their home court. They don't want to let these fans down. Jeffrey Grace now going to work. Jeffrey Grace gets fouled on the way up. He'll shoot 2. And I believe that foul comes on Miles Cooper. It does.
I didn't say anything.
That's not Miles Cooper's third foul.
I was about to say it was on Burford, but it wasn't on him.
Yeah, I guess identifying the foul is just not your game.
But I'm lucky I didn't say anything until just then. There's always a lot of Bolingbrook players down there in the middle.
Once again, York can't capitalize when it matters most. They can't make a free throw to save themselves right now.
You think of you look at Jeffrey Grace, he's usually a pretty spot-on free throw shooter. He does.
And he misses them both. But great offensive effort. Denton Rohde with it. Rohde.
Oh my goodness, I thought that was going in for a second.
Nearly an and one. Now Denton Rohde will go to the line.
Denton Rohde, he can usually shoot a pretty good percentage from the line.
And that comes on Darius Burford. That's the right guy you want to be getting the foul, but it's only his first. Both teams now have 2 fouls in this second half. Rohde knocks it down. Doesn't surprise me. As you said, Denton Rohde, typically a guy York could rely on to make these shots. Denton gets them both. Okay, that cuts the Bolingbrook lead to 11.
York's going with a half-court press.
Great defense there from Shockey. It really is reliant on this York Dukes defense to limit the bleeding done by a guy like Burford, a guy like Evans right now. And they do so. Great steal by Jeffrey Grace. Ends up in Shockey's hands. Great bounce pass. Oh, not what you want there. Jeffrey Grace goes for a crazy finish. Throws it high in the air. Great defense by Hesh. Wow, this is a very action-packed 30 seconds of basketball.
That's jump ball.
Oh, there's a scrum.
Oh, we got a fight going on.
He's trying to fight Nate Shockey.
See what's going to happen here.
Nate Shockey's not the kind of guy you want to fight. Shockey's not going to punch back. Shockey's very professional.
We'll see if there's any fouls exchanged. Words are being exchanged. The crowd loves it. They want a tech, and they might get one.
I personally think I could see a technical foul there. Nick Hesh is pumping up Denton Rohde in the middle of the court now, saying this is our team. We don't let people do that to us. This could be a turning point for York right now.
We will wait on the signal.
Let's see what's happening.
Now, the Bolingbrook coach, he was out with those players.
I believe they're just calling it a York. Never mind. It was just a jump ball. They give Bolingbrook the basketball. Now, sure, you would have loved to see the technical, but this could be a turning point for York. You don't let people do that to you on your court.
And a timeout is called by Bolingbrook. It's going to be, I think, a full timeout.
Now, like I said, the technical would have been nice, but this could be a turning point for the Dukes.
They got this momentum back from this crowd. This entire crowd was ready to stand up, fight for their team, and we saw Nick Hesh and Denton Rohde pumping each other up in center court. They are ready.
That's exactly what you need right now.
That's the energy that they need.
Very foolish there from Bolingbrook. It does go to a jump
They lost their temper real quick with that jump ball. I mean, they fell on top of each other. I think Denton Rohde was on the bottom of that. And he was, I believe, one of the first people up.
And you saw instantly when they were going at Shockey. Shockey just puts his hands up, says, I don't want any of this.
We saw that happen in the Montini game, and I believe a technical foul was awarded too.
Yes, Andrew Stokes was trying.
Stokes and Shockey, I believe, were both awarded with technical fouls.
You could tell that the coach told Shockey, we don't want to be involved in that, and I like the decision. Stokes was the one who tried initiating the fight against Shockey. We don't know if words were being exchanged beforehand. Good job by Shockey staying neutral there. Burford elects not to shoot the 3. Playing to his game, something that York needs to do more. Play to your identity. Don't take shots that you know you're not going to make. Jeffrey Grace, York's best defender, guarding anybody on the outside. He is the one in the 1-2-2 defense. Now Grace is really tight on Isaiah Stafford. Great backdoor pass from Stafford. Evans, rare miss on a layup from Evans, and now it's Jeffrey Grace. Second chance to make what he missed last time. Grace has been unable to finish those free throws today. Rhodey nearly with the steal. Isaiah Stafford with it. Hesh brings Stafford to the ground. No call. Wow. This is unreal. It's just fast break after fast break, and now it's Nate Shockey. We know he can finish these. He'll go to the line to shoot two.
Foul.
I believe the foul comes.
Number 40, I believe.
There we go. You got that one right. It was number 40. That's Tyler McLaurin. Bolingbrook already has 3 fouls with more than half of this third quarter remaining. Shockey has to knock these down this time. He's off again. What is going on? York can't make free throws today, and this is not the time to be missing them. You can see Jeffrey Grace's head just go instantly down in defeat when that one missed. He misses both again. Hesh near with the defensive boards. Wow, Nick Hesh, definition of a hustle rebounder.
Stepped up and he's becoming the leader on this team.
He's giving
the energy. We saw his facial emotions. It is unreal.
And they throw it up for Hesh. Oh, Hesh airballs that
short.
But you are absolutely right. Hesh is quickly becoming a leader of this York Dukes team. He leads by his actions, not his words. And Nick Hesh quickly gaining respect of his New York Dukes teammates.
That's Jeffrey's 4th.
That is.
And Jeffrey has to stay out of foul trouble.
That's going to be a quick problem for the Dukes. Jeffrey Grace, one of the players who can't afford to get in foul trouble. It looks like Lex Harrison's going to be coming into the game.
He will be.
As well as Keontae Thomas. The fans are letting Burford know he can't shoot, but I think Burford knows that. Burford is playing to his advantage. That is what you need to be doing in this stage of a basketball game. Now it's Hesh tightly guarding Evans, Kai Evans. That's just unfair.
Wow.
Kai Evans just goes through Denton Rhodey, acts like he's not there. That was Hesh to Shockey. Shockey being guarded tightly by Kai Evans. You don't want to be sloppy, but you definitely have to pick up the pace here. Down 13 with less than half of this third quarter remaining.
And you got to keep Jeffrey out of foul trouble. It wouldn't surprise me. Do you put 3 big men in?
Shockey wide open from the corner. He got that one. Nate Shockey for 3. That's exactly what York needed. He now has 15 of York's 26 points. Unreal.
You got to force a Bolingbrook turnover.
Tell you right now, you can't leave a guy like Nate Shockey open. Jeffrey Grace
Jeffrey's just
is out of this game, and it's not even the end of the third. York head coach in awe. Wow, Nate Shockey.
That is an early.
Down.
That's probably one of the.
Oh wow, and the fans are waving at him. Bolingbrook fans.
That is a disrespectful move from those Bolingbrook fans.
Wow, Nate Shockey just stood by himself at half court in awe.
So Jeffrey Grace done for the night.
It looks like Nate Shockey will now fill in his role in the defensive zone in the 1-2-2.
It'll be him and Lex Harrison.
Lex Harrison is nobody to frown at on defense. Shockey, great defensive play. He thought he kept it in bounds. I do believe that bounced out, but still. That was an accident.
Oh, Burford.
Burford's trying to start beef with Shockey.
At Burford.
Burford just puts his hands up when Shockey accidentally walks into him. And now Burford, wow, Burford off the mark.
Oh, too strong, and this crowd's going to let him hear it.
It's exactly what York needed there. Anything that could just make them think, wow, I want this one more than they do. Now he's working tightly on Elijah Nelson.
And that's on Burford.
Is 0 for 4
That's his second.
On free throws today. Will he make any of them today? Oh, Shockey's slow to get up on the ground. He is okay now. Hesh and Denton Rhodey help him up. And they have to check Darius Burford out of this game. This is when York went on their run last time. And they say it wasn't a shooting foul. It stays on the floor. Brando gives it in to Rhodey. Now it's Hesh with it up top. Like Hesh to Nate Shockey. Shockey open from 3. You could tell he didn't.
Oh, Lex
Harrison through 3 people. Lex comes in and instantly makes a difference.
That's the athleticism that York's need.
Denton Rhodey finds Lex Harrison outside. Mid-range jumper from Lex. No. York really needed something there, down 10 with 2:22 to go in this third quarter. Well, they need to take advantage of Darius Burford being off of the court as much as they can right now. With Darius Burford out, The offense quite clearly runs more through Keontae Thomas and Kai Evans.
That bench is trying to get as loud as possible.
Now it is
This
Kai Evans
crowd
with
behind us trying to get as loud as possible.
Kai Evans has it inside.
Oh, they want traveling in.
Huge block from Shockey, but now Stafford's in. Missed the floater. Lex has been coming up huge with these rebounds.
And another foul. That's on Bolingbrook. This crowd is hearing it.
That foul comes against Keontae Thomas. It's already Bolingbrook's 5th foul.
Lex has truly been a difference maker. You got to have someone step up.
And
Shockey isn't been
when
playing.
Jeffrey Grace went out, everyone was clearly disappointed. Lex has not been doing a bad job filling in his shoes.
He might not have 0 points, but he's going to get those athletic rebounds, and that's what you're going to need.
And now it is Lex with it, working on Isaiah Stafford. He has the height and athleticism. Stafford's a great lockdown defender. Shockey, heavily contested. That's not your look, Nate. Shockey just airballs a 3. Not the right time for that. Great backdoor free from Keontae Thomas.
Oh! Oh!
Nate Shockey is upset, and wow, Tyler McLaurin's just clapping in his face. There's a lot of tension on this court right now, and it's clearly all targeted at Nate Shockey.
Oh,
And
can't
the
say
fans are
that.
letting him hear it. And the
That is some
deans say knock
explicit
it off.
language.
The deans say knock it off.
That
They
was
do so.
very explicit language from the
Now,
York
I gotta
section.
say,
But they did a great job handling that.
this York staff does a great job of keeping this student section loud, rowdy, but in control. Something we don't see often from other schools. Kai Evans shooting. Misses both.
He stepped out.
Isaiah Stafford's out of bounds, and that ball goes to York with 1:21 left in this 3rd quarter. York trails by 10. Of course, this hasn't been the 3rd quarter they wanted, only scoring 5 points. But in the recent minutes, York has definitely taken a lot of the momentum from this Bolingbrook Bruins team.
And Burford is
Raiders, rather.
back out on the floor. He's guarding Nick Hesh.
I think that's a matchup that Hesh could take advantage of. Yes, Burford's a great defender, but Hesh has 1 or 2 inches on him. And now it's Brando inside. Brando.
Yeah.
Oh, Brando's been off the mark all
That's
day
terrible.
today. And now it's Lex Harrison one-on-one on defense. Hand straight up. That's great defense. That basket does not count. It went under and in.
Nope, they did count it.
They counted it, though the initial ref said no good. That shocks me. I think that went out and under, and it is Ryan Pickell's time to tell us how it went in. He'll be back with it in 30 seconds. After Denton Rohde gets
and
fouled.
a reach. Oh, that's on either number 40 or number 10 of Darius Burford.
Now
It is Burford.
Burford has his 2nd foul.
I thought that was his 3rd. That's
I thought so as well.
After review of that, it clearly did go in.
It didn't go under.
Yeah, one of the York players slapped the bottom of the net. That's why.
I saw
it
that.
looked
That
like
was Nick
it
Hesh.
did not go in.
Oh, he put him on the floor.
Lex.
Oh.
Lex no good again. Is that a
Oh,
jump
that's
ball?
a jump ball. That's York ball.
Lex has been hustling harder than anybody out there. Lex Harrison trying to make it clear why he should be on this court, and Nate Shockey's pumping him up.
Bolingbrook, they're having their emotions getting the best of them right now.
The Bolingbrook coach is giving some sort of signal.
I've seen that signal. I don't know what that means.
It looks pretty funny. That's why I
looks like
called
some
it
type
out.
of zombie type
It looks
symbol.
like he's giving a little Frankenstein to him to come alive against these Dukes, if you will. Nick Hesh gets fouled on the way out. Now Hesh, throughout the years, always been dominant amongst his age level. Clearly the only sophomore varsity. Hesh can knock down free throws consistently.
He is a three-point shooter as well. So
And his mom in the front row cheering him on. Hesh's first one. Of course it connects. Nick Hesh is a great free throw shooter, and he shows it right there. Fans love Nick Hesh. They love Brando. They've been loving pretty much everything the Dukes could get today. Hesh makes them both. Huge shots from Nick Hesh. Now it's Isaiah Stafford going up. Oh. York student section was trying to throw off Bolingbrook by saying 3-2-1 too early. It actually threw off the York defense. as it left to Darius Burford.
You always have to be
open.
aware of the clock, and that it just didn't happen there. So I'm sure Coach Jordan and Coach Dubs and Coach Lip are all there. They're all saying something.
Well, the York student section was trying to throw off Bolingbrook with that clock countdown. All it did was throw off the York Dukes defense.
And that's very unfortunate when you look at it.
York's down 12 going into this fourth quarter. As you said, I don't know if we've seen a single fourth quarter comeback, especially from the double digits this entire tournament. It's just the way high school basketball is with the no shot clock. York will have to pull off a miracle here if they want to get it done.
York was down by 9 points versus the Hershey Huskies in their first ever game this season in the Palatine Thanksgiving tournament. They were down by 9, they won by 1, so it's doable. But the biggest factor here is that Jeffrey Grace, number 25, is not in the game, and that can cause a significant problem.
Yeah, York has been in a lot of foul trouble. The good news for York is they are already in the bonus. Any foul that York gets, they're already in this bonus. As we enter this fourth quarter of play.
So Darius Burford will inbound in front of us.
Here with Bobby Hessling.
I was trying to get Darius's attention. That didn't happen.
Oh
my goodness!
That's not what York needs right now. Already down 14 points.
Now it looks like Denton Rohde had stepped up.
Nate Shockey sends him on ice skates. Nate Shockey from 3. That's not Nate Shockey's look. And now it's Burford down court, open man, and 1. That's a great play by Elijah Nelson. And it's looking like this game's getting a little far away from York.
It's a 16-point game. Bolingbrook fans trying to distract this York team, and this is a very big lead for Bolingbrook's first year in this tournament.
Elijah Nelson makes them both. Is this their first year in the tournament? Yes, it is.
This is their first year in the tournament.
Very interesting. And they are starting off hot, looking to win this championship. Whichever team does get second, it's nothing to scoff at. Second place in the Jack Tosh tournament is great. But of course, both
York
these teams
will definitely look down at this.
Fighting for first. Great move by Shockey, but York has been unable to finish on every layup, every free throw today. Open man in the corner, no good. Denton Rohde with the board. York's gonna have to pick up the pace if they want to create this comeback. And that was Nate Shockey inside the Hesh. Great pass from Shockey. That's what they've been doing so well this tournament. Hesh finds a way to get in every single time.
And then something once playoff time will come around and a push. That's on Lex.
To me, it looked like Lex just had his hand straight up on that one.
We will look at the replay, of course. Ryan Pickell will look at it to see if there was any push-off motion.
And now that sends Burford to the line as both teams are already in the bonus. Lots of foul trouble early. Burford can't shoot. It's a known thing, but he is the best player on this court. No knock on him, and here comes Nate Shockey. Brando, Shockey.
Pickell's still looking over the call.
Oh, Shockey just gets it stolen from.
And Shockey's called on a hold.
Shockey now has 3 fouls. And that sends him to the line again. York student section.
It looked like Lex pushed him a little bit with his shoulder.
A little bit?
Look who's on the court.
Looked like an accident. It looked
Look
like
who just came on the court for the York
Milo
students.
Man is checked in. They've kept Luke Malaga on the bench this entire half. And this will be interesting to see what happens.
We haven't seen much of Tim Glavin either. And it misses. Lex with the rebound. Who else but Lex?
Remember, Tim Glavin, he does have 3 fouls.
Now everyone loves
Milo and
Man.
Brando.
And they both got, well, Brando's got great playing time this game. I think that Milo could be a difference maker down the stretch if he's able to just throw off what Bolingbrook's been used to seeing against York. Shockey misses another free throw.
Oh, that's on Shockey. That's his 4th. That's his 4th
And
personal.
Darius Burford clapping, nodding his head. Shockey now has 4 fouls. It does send Kai Evans to the line, which Obviously, you don't want to foul from Shockey there if you're a York fan. But here's Kai Evans from the line. If Kai Evans makes this first one, it will extend the lead to 16. York only has 30 points in the fourth quarter. He got it. And both these teams, to get to where they are right now, York beat Schaumburg and Bolingbrook, beat the team that would eventually end up in third place in the game that just happened. Hinsdale South got fourth, Schaumburg got third. They both played in that game. And seeing as Schaumburg actually ended up beating Hinsdale South and Bolingbrook has a big lead on York right now, do you think it's just due to the matchups that the scores were so different?
I definitely think that's the case. Bolingbrook has way more athleticism. There's another turnover, and here we go down the floor, Kai Evans.
And of course we do attend York High School. We're fans of York. But this Bolingbrook team is fun to watch.
They do. They bring a lot to the table. This is a team that you know they can make a run. They can head down to state. Team's 10th, and
they're already in the double bonus now. And now Tim Glavin up to 4 fouls. Nate Shockey at 4 fouls. Nick Hesch has limited himself to 2. Great play from Hesch today. Of course, he would have liked to have some of those 3-pointers in the first half back. But Kai Evans now. Kai Evans misses it. He gets one more on an attempt to extend this Bolingbrook lead to 17 with just under 6 minutes to go. York is clearly looking for a miracle. We've seen crazier things happen in sports. That's why everyone loves them. Down 17. One of these York players is going to have to go on a hot streak from the 3-point line. Hesch to Harrison. Inside. Oh, Tim Glavin.
That's a foul.
Gets fouled by number 22, Donovan Younger. It's not a name you've heard a lot today. He's been on the court. He's just been quiet. And now Glavin goes to the line to shoot 2. Bobby, what do you think about Glavin's free throw shooting ability?
Not very good, to say the least. A lot of his shots come up short. He's not the best player you want to have at the line, shooting your free throws.
York has been very, very poor from the free throw line today. But Glavin now has more free throws made than Nate Shockey. Shockey's missed all 4 of his. Glavin gets in on the scoring with 1 point now. Here goes Bolingbrook.
And Bolingbrook.
York's going to need to force some turnovers if they want to be able to do anything. And they do so. And who else but Marlo Man? Oh, gets glassed. But Shockey's there to put it in.
And a timeout. This one is called by Vince Dorn.
And during this timeout, York will have to be very, very aggressive with the changes they're making. I do like that they had Shockey come up and help with the double team. That did cause the turnover. Of course, Milo did get glass, but good heads-up play by Shockey, being under the rim, being ready to put it in.
That's very good having a guy right there. As we'll see Dan Wagner check back in, or not Dan Wagner, Denton Rohde check back into the game. And it's fantastic. The atmosphere in this gym is fantastic from both sides, and I know Bolingbrook, they are very excited to be here. And this is a team that I could see potentially go down to Peoria and play in a state in the state championship.
Absolutely, and what really impresses me, I mean, given that Bolingbrook comes back to this tournament next year, they have Kai Evans, who's only a junior. He'll improve to a level that you would hope could be something near Darius Burford, and they could be hard to stop for 2 years straight.
Well, I don't know much about Bolingbrook as a high school, as you have just broken the microphone stand.
It's okay, Ryan.
I have to review that he did break the microphone.
He did break the microphone.
It's okay, Ryan. You'll make it through this. Here comes Bolingbrook down the court.
Review.
I don't know what that was, but okay. Both teams are in the bonus. And I'm sure Bolingbrook is a team, they are fine with what they are.
And Burford inside.
That's unfair.
Burford's been doing that all day. He's now up to 14, Kai Evans at 14. Both of them have just been scoring at will. Whenever they think, I want to score, they just do it against York. Oh, York is Kai Evans looking. I don't know why they didn't try to capitalize on a 3 there, but now Shockey does. Shockey's got it. Nate Shockey now up to 20 points on the day. He has over half of York scoring. They're going to have to lock up tight if they want to come back in this one, though. Burford's been able to score way too easily.
He might have taken an extra step there. There have been, and I'm sure a few people will agree with us on this, a few missed calls on both sides. They want to charge, they won't. Now, Denton, his feet were planted, his hands were straight up, he should just fallen straight back. He kind of jumped, and a reason why that might have been called the blocking foul.
And that's now Denton Rohde's 3rd foul. York is in very big foul trouble right now. On their lineup in the court, they have 10 fouls alone. And here comes Kai Evans, knocks it down, gets Bolingbrook to 50. They're now up 14 on these York Dukes, and they're going to need a miracle to come back in this one.
They have to start looking more, as we've seen Lex Harrison, and I think that's Brando check back in. No, that's us. They need Nick Hesh to, they have to give Hesh more looks. That's what I've seen.
Yes, absolutely. Shockey just made that last 3-pointer too. He's proven he can make it. They need to get one of their 2 sharpshooters open, and there it is, deep 3 from Nate Shockey. He got it. Nate Shockey is feeling himself. If they want to come back in this game, let Shockey get the ball in his hands. He's up to 23 points.
You got 4 minutes for something big to happen. You got to force turnovers. You got to clean basketball.
Oh, Kai Evans inside. Too easy. If York wants to come back in this game, they can't let Bolingbrook continue to score at will like this.
That's very true, especially down low in the paint. It's just acrobatic layups upon easy layups upon and ones. Everything
now Lex looking for one of his own. Nearly a travel, nearly a jump, but instead it's a Nate Shockey 3 on the way. That's no good. Bolingbrook has it again. Nate Shockey on defense. Lex is on the ground. It's kind of been the story of this game. York has been unable to take control, and I feel like a big tide change was when Jeffrey Grace fouled out of this game with 5 minutes to go in the 3rd.
We haven't felt the same momentum. Well, they should have looked up there. They had Milo running the court.
But now there he is, Milo man, off the mark. Everyone in the student section wanted that one to go. Here comes Kai Evans. Kai Evans nearly rebounds over every player on York. It's called York basketball. Kai Evans thought it was Bolingbrook basketball. We'll have Ryan Pickell to look at that one. Got to credit the refs as well. Every time Ryan Pickell has gone back to look at it, they have made the correct call.
It's been the correct call. That is correct.
And now Shockey to Hesh.
Some action. I think that's on.
That foul comes on number 40, Tyler McLaughlin. That's already his 3rd foul. Both number 40s, both centers, both have 3 fouls. And Denton Rohde can't get that one to go, but gets his own rebound. Now Shockey for 3. Shockey off the mark. They needed that one.
That last player I reviewed, the refs did get it correct again. They have been pretty
spot on
pretty good today.
Now Lex picks up the foul. Of course, York is down 14, 2:41 to go. This has been a great championship game. It's been a great tournament for both of these teams.
Both of these teams deserve to be here. It's not like one lucked out. They didn't luck out in games. No, both these teams deserve to be here. We saw what Bolingbrook was capable of. We saw what York was capable of. And it's just unfortunate that
both teams
one
had
of these
very
teams had to lose.
hard-fought wins to get here. Both had an overtime win. Bolingbrook's actually came yesterday against Hinsdale South, and York's maybe most memorable win of this season was against Ignatius in this tournament in overtime. Lots of tide swings in that one. Hesh wanted the ball in the corner but didn't get it. Both these teams have been great. They both deserve to be here, as you said. Although it does look like Bolingbrook's going to come away with this one, second place is nothing to scoff at for the Dukes, and we have to congratulate Bolingbrook for what they've been able to do. Of course, Darius Burford just...
He almost made that one, too.
And honestly, today, the guy who stepped up is Kai Evans.
He has 18 on the scoreboard.
Unreal. They have combined for 32.
We've said Burford's name about, like, every time, but he only has 14. It's like, you got to catch that pass.
But that is very true. Kai Evans has been going unnoticed, but he's had a great game himself. Fans want the Dukes to shoot, and Milo Man gets inside.
That was Luke Malaga, actually.
Luke Malaga, correct. And he gets fouled and goes to the line to shoot 2.
Both teams are in a lot of foul trouble.
Now they're both in the double bonus. So, obviously, York wanted first place in this one. Likely didn't get it. What is something you have to tell the Dukes, who likely got second place in this championship game, moving forward to be able to play in that tournament in the playoffs?
Well, everyone makes the tournament, but
to be able to win it, obviously.
To go pretty far, what they have to do is they got to work on the rebounding, and especially with their size, you think, okay, you can probably get a lot of great rebounds, and I'm sure they'll work on the rebounds and putting shots back up in the paint. That's something that you have to work on, especially finishing through contact. That's a big story.
Something that I feel I need to see from them. Teams with more athleticism than them have been able to take advantage of them all year. Stevenson and now Bolingbrook, and that's Miles Cooper with the great putback.
And both those two teams that you just mentioned are very terrific teams. They're very athletic.
And Shockey with the deep 3, no. The travel call, Burford's having none of it. But both teams that York has now lost to on the season, both great teams, both athletic. And I think Bolingbrook has really impressed me throughout this entire tournament. That's why I did predict them to win after they won in the quarterfinals. Bolingbrook has really impressed me. And I think another player who goes unnoticed on this Bolingbrook team is Isaiah Stafford, number 4.
He has 11 points. I mean, the fact that they have 3 double-digit scores is the reason why they're winning this game. And that's the same reason why York isn't winning this game.
To this team is something that is very unspoken. He is able to keep the court very spread out because Isaiah Stafford's a sharp-shooting three-point shooter. And
from the line, as a lot of York fans are beginning to clear out here, same with Bolingbrook.
Since they have to guard Stafford on the outside, it leaves guys like Darius Burford, like Kai Evans, open in the paint. Not that they need to be open. They've been scoring through double teams all day. But yeah. And Isaiah Stafford is also only a junior. The fact that him and Kai Evans will both be coming back next season.
Bolingbrook will be they'll be a very talented team next year. We look forward to seeing them next year in this tournament.
Yes, we do. And Keontae Thomas will be back next year. Something interesting, we haven't seen much of him today, but we did see a lot of him in this tournament. Freshman Mikai Cooper wears number 0, and he had a very big impact, at least early in the tournament for Bolingbrook. Now York's just trying to get a positive to end this game on. Something to look back at and say we did this well. Something to build on for that IC game coming up. And that's a good play there from Denton Rohde.
And a lot of the reasons why they've won some of their games this year is because Shockey's been putting up big numbers, but they've also always had a double-digit score out there on the floor, whether it come from Jeffrey Grace, Denton Rohde, Nick Hesh, and then you also have to have 1 or 2 players put up like a solid amount of points, as the crowd wants Sean Maher in the game. They need more spread-out scoring, and they really don't have that today. They had Jeffrey Grace with, I believe, 6 points. Nick Hesh was their second leading scorer with 8. And
of course, Shockey, always over 20 points. And York is bringing in players that
some of the reserves.
To see. Student sections into it. But obviously, people went to this tournament looking forward to seeing Max Christie of Rolling Meadows. He's the #1 recruit in all of Illinois, top 15 in the nation. But I think that Darius Burford might have stolen some of the part of the show in these Scouts' eyes.
Probably, and I'm sure it would have been fantastic to see Bolingbrook play as Darius Burford checks out. It would have been fantastic to see Bolingbrook play Max Christie and Cameron Christie or Rolling Meadows as Tyler Olson will check in.
And this is a moral victory for York because this student section is loving these substitutions.
That's something to always be proud of, and that's a great move by Coach Dorn.
And here they go. Fully new lineups in for both teams. Mikai Cooper's now in for Bolingbrook. That's the freshman who I was mentioning earlier. He's playing tight defense. As well as Dominic Barranco.
Now something about some of these players on the floor. Tyler Olson, he's a great three-point shooter and free throw shooter. Gavin Hentron.
The bank is open. The student section loves it. Lex is on his feet clapping. 12 seconds left. Looks like Bolingbrook's going to want to keep scoring. They're not going to be able to. Steal by York. Wow. Oh, he just misses the layup.
He tried to get a little fancy with that one.
And your final score of this Jack Tosh championship game, Bolingbrook Raiders 57, York Dukes 45. Obviously, York came into this with high hopes. They wanted to win this game. Second place in the Jack Tosh tournament is nothing to look down on.
No, not at all. This was a hard-fought tournament by both these teams, especially York. I mean, you look at York, what they managed to do well, and it was always winning the close games, shut down key players, and that just didn't happen in this one. But that's also because they have multiple fantastic players, as Dane Emmerich is behind us.
And I'm sure that Nate Shockey, Darius Burford, likely Kai Evans will all be on this all-tournament team. Who else are you looking to make it?
Can you say those names again?
I'm sure Nate Shockey, Darius Burford will make this all-tournament team. I can see Kai Evans.
Jeffrey Grace, Kai Evans. We'll hear some names.
And the awards are being handed out. Once again, York did not come out on top of this one. Still, great tournament from them. And even though, obviously, York Duke fans, it's hard to ignore what Bolingbrook did in their first year of this Jack Tosh tournament. The Dukes grabbed their second place plaque. Very impressed by what Bolingbrook was able to do. Darius Burford, Kai Evans, Isaiah Stafford, Tyler McLarlin, the list goes on and on. Very great game from them. I'm impressed. Bolingbrook is being awarded their first place trophy. First year in the Jack Tosh, and they take home the gold. They're into it.
That's a tremendous team as they celebrate on York's
Very
front
fitting
court.
that Darius Burford is the one who is holding the plaque.
And each one of those York players is upset with what happened in today's game. A lot of some of York fans are still sitting down. It's very respectful by them, as we'll have to hear the all-tournament players.
And this was an absolutely great tournament. We saw a lot of close games. We got to watch some of the best players in Illinois. Max Christie, his younger brother Cameron Christie. What are some of your takeaways from the 2019-2020 Jack Tosh tournament?
The state of Illinois is a terrific basketball tournament, and there's plenty of other great, or basketball state, there's plenty of other great basketball tournaments that are part of this.
Proviso West
Proviso
is hosting
West,
one right now.
Pontiac, I believe, has one, and it's all tremendous. And these guys do a great job with it, and it's fun. It's fantastic being here.
It really is.
Absolutely tremendous. And
we will be on the call for the rest of the York games this season. YSN will, that is.
As we go back to the floor with Mr. Wagner.
Players, again, the Jack Tosh all-tournament team is selected by the 32 coaches. And there's 2 players on the York team that have made it. Congratulations to number 25, Jeff Grace.
Jeff Grace making it. He deserves to be there. His tremendous defense. He definitely deserves to be a part of that tournament.
Your team has made the all-tournament team. Number 10, Nate Shockey.
Both of those players were expected. I'm very impressed by what both of them did, not only in this tournament, but this season.
They put in one great defensive player and one great offensive player in that all-tournament team.
With number 23, Kai Evans, congratulations.
Kai Evans, only a junior, gets the award. And I think we're expecting...
MVP for the tournament is also on the Raiders, and of course it's Darius. Now we have other all-tournament teams to dish out, and let's go with some other players. Is Grant Nigo in the gym? Grant Nigo from Lions is all-tournament.
Grant Nigo, that's a terrific name that they said. He's a terrific player out of the West Suburban Conference. Surprise, surprise, Max Christie.
All great players being announced for this all-tournament team right now.
Are they all here?
I
No,
do
I
not
don't think
believe
so.
so. I
don't
think that
think
they're... DeAndre Hagen,
Max is
Brother
here.
Rice, he's their sharpshooter.
Oh, Max is there.
He's the reason they almost won. Great to see Max Christie here.
Garrett Horner from Wheaton North, congratulations, all-tournament team, number 35.
I did not hear that name, but
It was Garrett Horner. Horner from the corner.
Horner from the corner, okay.
Corner 3 specialist. He had a great tournament himself.
And Garrett Horner is here, number 35. Congratulations, Garrett.
He's out there at center court getting
Wheaton North.
Voted by coaches, number 24, Jaden Johnson. Congratulations, Jaden.
Jaden Johnson out of Batavia. He is a tremendous player. I remember seeing him and watching him play. He's a fantastic player.
Number 24, Nick Galati.
Nick Galati.
Of course, he has a younger brother as well on his team.
Daniel Flory was voted on the tournament.
Daniel Flory, he's a tremendous player.
He had a good game against York. Part of the reason they got it to overtime.
We have a player from Riverside Roadfield, number 10, Paul Zelenskis.
And I know we didn't think a lot of the players would be here, but they are all here
A lot of them are,
and
yes.
claiming their plaques.
From Highland Park, Nate Fleischer, number 13.
Nate Fleischer.
Here.
Highland Park.
Congratulations, Nate. We got a player from
And Darius Burford is currently being interviewed.
Deron Hall, that's a tremendous player. He's a flat out fantastic. It's great what he can do.
If you focus your attention to middle court, there are two scouts, I believe, currently interviewing Darius Burford. Microphones in hand. Oh, Julian Campbell of Palatine.
Julian Campbell, how about that?
He's a monster. Very strong body, in and outside of the paint.
James Ruzika from Hinsdale South, Aaron Timms.
Ruzika, obviously.
Congratulations to everyone who made the all-tournament team.
This was a great Jack Tosh tournament. Really showed a lot of class this year. And I would like to congratulate Bolingbrook for winning the 2019 Jack Tosh tournament. We'd like to thank Mr. Wagner, the York Athletic Director, for letting us stream. Also a big thanks to Bobby Hessling and Jack Borchers for setting up and making this all possible, as well as the rest of the YSN crew for helping every game. For Ryan Pickell, I'm AJ Swiatek. We thank you for watching this presentation of Jack Tosh basketball on York Sports Network. We will see you next time. Happy New Year's and have a great next year. One more congratulations to Bolingbrook. Great season from York. Second place, nothing to be upset with. Thank you.